Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, how are you today? Hope you're doing good today. Okay, people know me as Faiz Fauzan. Today in this video, I want to explain to you about conditional sentence. Conditional sentence is a sentence to presuppose something that has not happened, or has already happened. This sentence consists of two parts, namely an independent clause, which is the main clause, and an if clause or subclause, which has a conditional statement. An independent clause is a clause that stands alone because it has a complete meaning, while an if clause is a clause that cannot stand alone because it means incomplete, which begins with if. If you are still confused by these two clauses, consider the following. For example, if I were Jokowi, I would select honest ministers. If I were Jokowi is an if clause. I will select honest ministers is the main clause or independent clause. In English, there are three types of conditional sentences, namely 1. Conditional sentences of type 1. Conditional sentence type 1 expresses a possible conditional sentence. This type of conditional sentence pattern, if clause in the present time, like simple present, present continuous, and present perfect, and the main clause in the form of simple present or simple future. For example, if you are ready, we can begin the test. In here, if you are ready is an if clause in simple present, and we can begin the test is the main clause in simple present. Number 2, if she is cooking dinner now, she won't want to go out to dinner with us. In here, if she is cooking dinner now is an if clause in present continuous, and she won't want to go out to dinner with us is the main clause in simple future. Type 2. The type 2 conditional sentence expresses a presupposition that is impossible because it is contrary to present reality. This type of conditional sentence has a pattern. An if clause in the past, like simple past or past continuous, and an independent clause containing would or could. For example, if I were Spider-Man, I will protect the world. In here, if I were Spider-Man is an if clause in simple past, and I will protect the world is the main clause containing would. Number 2, if your car was working, you could pick up Maya at the airport. In here, if your car was working is an if clause in simple past, and you could pick up Maya at the airport is the main clause containing could. Type 3. The type 3 conditional sentence expresses the assumption that it is impossible to happen because the time has passed, or expressing regret. This type of conditional sentence pattern is an if clause in the past perfect form and an independent clause containing would plus have plus verb 3. For example, if you had called me earlier, I would have attended your party first. In here, if you had called me earlier is an if clause in past perfect, and I would have attended your party first is the main clause containing would plus have plus verb 3. Number 2, if I had finished high school, I could have gotten a better job. In here, if I had finished high school is an if clause in past perfect, and I could have gotten a better job is the main clause containing could plus have plus verb 3. Note, the independent clause or main clause in the conditional sentence can be replaced before the if clause. For example, if I pass the exam, my mother will be very happy. Replace to, my mother will be very happy if I pass the exam. Okay, by knowing the three types of sentences above, hopefully you can make conditional sentences properly and correctly. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.